Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me.
You know I gotta give them what they asked for. Like Tupac spitting at the tabloids. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it, them where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No, living like 5.
Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go, cause I'm here for you.
Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Duck Mo's at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no.
I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me.
Maxo, bust down, Maxo, bust down, seal up, break it down, weigh it up, bust it down, open up, seal, look, then up, it's a buzz down, got it in the old name, the buzz, we don't even here, we just buzz down, got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down, it's a buzz down, run through the grass like a touchdown, play, but you know buzz down, try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down, seal up, buzz down, break it down, buzz down, wait up, 30, down, 50, 100, seal, I'm down, stay 10 toes, I'm down, 10 toes, Jenny Craig with them, diamond dance like Chris Brown, look at my water, don't drown, neck whip like baptized, church, MJ with the 4-5, fade away, no buns, hey what, never like a mummy, fake to a dummy, got a lot of young dummies, go roll rap with the tummy, by the apartment, I moved the in abundance, buzz on the weird up, I split the like circumference, then up, it's a buzz down, got it in the old name, the buzz, we don't even here, we just buzz down, got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down, by the it's a buzz down, run through the grass like a touchdown, play, but you know buzz down, try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down, seal up, buzz down, break it down, buzz down, wait up, 30, 50, 100, I'm down, I keep high up, yeah, it's my decorator, what damn, joysticks like PlayStation, like station, can't keep my weight, my impatient, whoa, remix, in the base, in the den, in the kitchen, post 3 times 10, hurricane chopper, a baby, got weed like Sinead, throwing them like Luda, I'm older like a, I pass it like a,
It is NBA action. The Lakers begin the game with the basketball. To James. Dwayne Dedmon able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that slot.
Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Here comes the screen. Great dish to set it up. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Add 2 points to the board. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Screen coming. Great looking vision. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Off the mark at the line.
That's up, baby. Listen deep.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. For 3, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Ball to Kyle Kuzma. Deep right corner. Caldwell Pope. That's off the side of the rim. Short. It's Atlanta ball. Short jumper won't go down.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
James gets it in the right corner. Kyle Kuzma shakes free and hits.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
And the finish at the rim.
I don't think these kind of shots are tough for Trae Young. You see, he's always been the smallest guy on the court, so he's had to finish through the trees. He's a lot tougher than he gets credit for.
Lonzo Ball. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here comes the screen. Trae Young. Beyond the arc for 3. 13 points here in the first quarter alone. He's knocked down 3 threes.
The defense better buckle in. This is going to be a long game. Expect each possession the offense to call the same play.
And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro step. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Has a look. And he scores. Unguardable, Jay.
Now that he's 3 of 3 from the field, he needs to get the ball in the next possession, maybe run a 1-4 flat set and get out of the way.
Fires the 3. Is good.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Hawks have it. Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to have appeared in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side, given how they're defending.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Ah, the monster stuff. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Alex Len swats it. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Number 23, LeBron James.
Kuzma.
For the Atlanta Hawks, number 4.
LeBron James. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Has a chance, knocks it down, off the step back.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Los Angeles has the basketball. James to Josh Hart. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
The pass taken away by the Lakers. Long heave from three-quarters court. Through one here at State Farm Arena with the Hawks out in front. Jay and I are back with more after this. You're watching NBA Tuesday night on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
And he makes them both. Lakers ball to Josh Hart. Here's a chance from long range. Good for 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
To Ken Bazemore. And it's Hart there to clear the rebound. To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Anthony gets it in the left corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Stevenson to Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. Hart can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Baseline drive. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Hart to Anthony from long range. Prince there for the rebound. Teodosic with it. His team up by 1. Bazemore guarded by Carmelo Anthony. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Off the mark on his free throw. Anthony fires the 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Screen coming. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Hawks with the basketball. Down low for Len. Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
The drive right to the basket. Stevenson. Jumper's good.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Baseline drive. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Teodosic with it. Leads 5. To Kevin Huerter. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Kyle Kuzma. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't fall. Here's Atlanta. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Caldwell Pope. Dwayne Dedman. Huge block. Teodosic with it. His team up by 7. Tyson. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 2, Lonzo Ball. Stepping in for Atlanta, number 11.
cash in. Can't connect.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and, most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
4-3. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been playing.
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Hawks with the lead.
The Hawks will start the second half with a decent lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other score. And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Trae Young goes to the left side. To Trae Young. Lets it fly from long range. It's been a good night from beyond the arc. He's 5 of 6 from deep.
It's called room and rhythm, Ed. If you don't crowd him defensively, you allow him to have room, he will find that rhythm from behind the arc.
Little R&R has never hurt anybody, Jay. A drive-by ball, but he can't finish. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Look for yourself at the display behind section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Lakers at the controls right now. Couple of cracks at the line now.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Team foul number 1 for the Los Angeles.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. And hits the first free throw.
Good money.
Goes 2 for 2. To Kevin Huerter. Deep left corner. Beyond the arc for 3. Oh, he just continues to pour it in from downtown. He's 6 of 7 from 3.
This is probably the time that you adjust your defense, maybe play some zone, maybe a box someone, or maybe just double team it.
No, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young. Fires the 3. Won't go down. Kuzma. Driving right to the basket. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Kevin Huerter. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and it's Ball crashing in for the rebound. Ball with the basketball. His guy's down 11. To James. Kyle Kuzma. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Trae Young. Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
The assist from
LeBron with it up top. The deficit now up to 13. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
LBJ. LeBron James. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And count the basket inside.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
JaVale McGee sends it.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Time for some new personnel into the game.
number 6, Lance Stevenson.
Knocked loose. That's out. Last touch by Josh Hart. Substitution being made in this one. Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Los Angeles, they have it. Stevenson to James. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Here comes the screen. To Ken Bazemore. JaVale McGee snatching it out of the air. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Five to shoot for Atlanta. Short jumper off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
To Ken Bazemore. A shot by Teodosic, no good. Los Angeles has the basketball. JaVale McGee to James. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
LeBron James. Couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw.
Number 18.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Teodosic with it. His team on top by 8. To Ken Bazemore. And the Lakers with the rebound. 2 points to the board.
The assist from number 23, LeBron James.
Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. The Hawks with the lead. It's Lakers ball as we start the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Lonzo Ball has got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. Off the mark on the first free throw. Misses the second as well. Trae Young goes to the right side. Short jumper misses. Lakers ball. Caldwell Pope to Anthony. Sizing up the defense. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. From long range, add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
LeBron into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Nothing going here on that drive. James to Ball. Fires the 3. Lonzo Ball hits the tough shot. The defender played it well. Lonzo strikes.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Lakers at the controls right now. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Oh, he can't connect. Trae Young. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. It's Atlanta ball. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Anthony gets it in the left corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Ball to Anthony. 4-3. And Carmelo Anthony, zero hesitation as he knocks down the 3.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
3-second count. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Subbing in for the Hawks, number 14.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Ball over to the right side. Off the mark. Well contested.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
JaVale McGee to Anthony. Can't connect from inside. Trae Young. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Lets it fly from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Los Angeles, they have it. JaVale McGee goes to the left side. Anthony steps out and hits.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
To Ken Bazemore. For three. Not that time. He missed it. Anthony to Ball. Baseline drive. Caldwell Pope to Ball. Anthony. Not done yet. Another shot won't go either. Teodosic with it. His guys now down by a point. Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Beyond the arc for three. Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout, and this is where the coaches earn their cash. Let's see what they design down by 2 here in the final minute of play. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Can't convert the free throw.
That's me. Stop, ball.
Down low, Collins. Off the assist. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Count the bucket for 2. The Hawks will use a timeout as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the game winner.
Believe in yourself.
Fires the 3. That misses with 3 seconds left. The quarter comes to an end. This game is all tied up. Time to shuffle things up. And the extra period begins. Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Herter can't connect that time. Los Angeles has the basketball to Kyle Kuzma. Deep left corner. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Trae Young to Kevin Herter. Here's a chance from long range. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Marcin Gortat rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Ball to Gortat. Rebound claimed by the Hawks. Hawks have it. To Trae Young. Can't connect from in close. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. 3 for 6 now.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Nice pass to set things up. Going to launch beyond the arc. Carmelo Anthony tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Lakers ball. Gortat to Caldwell-Pope. To Ball. Yes, Marcin Gortat. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Caldwell-Pope to Kyle Kuzma. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. Whistle stops play. Timeout here for Atlanta. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Fires the three. He'll take that any day.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
LeBron James. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now the Hawks coach going to call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same wavelength here in this fourth quarter of play.
Wait on it. Hey, double screen.
And that's rebounded by the Lakers. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds. Here comes the intentional foul with 10 seconds on the clock. First free throw is good. Two for two on that trip.
Right back to you.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, the Lakers get the victory as they win it in overtime. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers stayed strong to get the overtime victory. It was a remarkable game for the way it ended, but it was also a terrific game overall. I'm glad to have been a part of it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Hawks lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
The chosen one gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Atlanta Hawks. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Let's go, Swan. Oh, y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get that Kendrick and that LOX, huh? Yeah. Y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get that Lock and Kendrick? That Styles P, that Jay, that Kendrick. Oh, y'all think it's games being played around here, huh? Well, they not. Right, it's in the air.
The damage that we do is severe. The reinvention of the fresh, brand new every year. Them hit him in his blood and flew in the air. We put that work on commercial. We flew in the lab. I hit the bar and the weights, then I'm doing the stairs. They say the Lord only knows what I do to my peers. Trying to sell to pursue my career. So I keep a tight circle, I don't move with the squares. Rock a rugby like pool, but put two in your ear. If you ain't qualified, you should move to the rear. I'm from Yonkers, had to learn to conquer my fears. In the foreign, had to learn to conquer the gears. It's the kick drum, yeah, it's attached to the snare. I turn it to the back, then I crack your veneers. Stagnated on the block for years. I'm in the mansion upstate, out back with the deers.
Everybody back up, man down.